Alright, guys, we're just going to be doing a little morning stretch, morning flow. I have spent my morning putting together a nice little class for us, and we are going to be starting on our backs. If you join in here and you see this, it's going to be nice on our backs. I have my little space heater here. If you have one, probably good to grab so you're warm, especially with the snow and all that. So we're gonna make our way to our backs. I'm just lying here. Your legs can be out long. Hands can be facing up, palms facing down. Taking deep breaths in. Trying to center yourself this morning with your own breath. Inhaling, filling up your chest. Exhaling, feeling your stomach and your hips melt into the ground. Take another deep breath in. And slowly start to push yourself up into a seated position. Your legs can either stay out in front of you like this, or they can come and sit crisscross applesauce, whatever you want to do. Take a deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Inhale your hands up to the sky. Exhale them back down. Let your chin drop to your chest. Feel that stretch up along your upper back and your neck, your shoulders. Maybe you give yourself a little shoulder circles, whatever you gotta do to let your chin drop with ease. Another deep breath in here. And lift your chin back up, neutral spine. Inhale your hands up as well. Reach up for the sky. Exhale. Plant your hands back behind you. And just lift your chest up to the sky. Let your chin rise. Head drops back. Shoulders open. Exhale, come back to center. Place your hands in front of you and just reach them out. Start to walk them out a little bit. Let your head drop. And walk yourself back out. Bring your legs out in front of you. Try and see if you can touch your toes. You may bend your knees a little bit here if you want. Flexing and extending those feet. Making sure we have some nice ankle stability. Reach for those toes. And then come back up, neutral spine, hands up. Reach up, reach up, reach up. And start to lower back, feel your core engage, and lift your feet up as well. Hands come up. Hold this, breathe in, breathe out. One more deep breath in, feel your core. 3, 2, 1. Plant your feet, bend your knees, and just give yourself a little hug. Breathe here. You can either stay here or you can cross your feet, come up onto your knees, and come to child's pose. Allow yourself just a moment to maybe set an affirmation and intention for your practice, whether it be just to find a moment of peace or to get a pose that you want, anything like that you and your body needs this morning. Wherever you are, come up back into that seated position. Bring your legs out in front of you. And we're going to inhale, bending the left knee up. Give yourself a little hug. And cross it over your right leg. Inhale, your hands up, hands to heart center, and twist to the left. Make sure that right elbow is coming to the outside. Plant your hand behind you. Outside of that knee, use yourself to pivot open. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Release this. And both hands behind you, uncross that leg, draw both feet up, and bend your knees side to side. Just let your hips drop and open to each side of your mat. And go ahead, extend your left leg out. Scrunch in that right knee, give it a little hug. And cross it over your left leg now. Inhale, your hands up. Hands to heart center, twist open, left elbow outside of the right knee, and twist here. Taking a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Maybe you pause and light a candle so you have something to smell that's nice. Taking one more deep breath in and releasing your hand here. Uncross those legs, let them drop side to side. And go ahead, cross your feet, come back up into a seated position. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. You're going to uncross those legs and sit up on your knees. However you get there is fine. We're going to stand tall on our knees here. If you have knee or ankle problems, you can place a little pillow or a blanket or just something that has some padded protection right here, so that you can place your knees on them. Relieve some of that tension in your knee joint. Inhale your hands up. And bend over to the right, or to the left, Inhale back up. And drop over to the other side. Allow your side body, your ribs, to feel this stretch. Inhale back up. Reach over to the side. Inhale back up. Exhale, reach over to the other side. Inhale back up. And now place your hands behind you. And just lift your hips up just a little bit. Camel pose. Exhale, drop them down. Inhale, lift your hips up. Let your chin rise, head drops back. Exhale, lower your hips, bring your chin back to your chest. Start to walk your hands out in front of you. Slowly lower back down into your child's pose. Your hands are going to come out long in front of you. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Cross your right hand over your left. Feel that stretch in your side body, and then begin to walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Let your head drop. Inhale. Come back to center, long spine. Reach those hands forward. Side out, and inhale the left hand over the right. Feel that same stretch here. And start to walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Until you find that place of comfort, and you can drop down, let your head lower. Inhale yourself back up to center. Take a deep breath in, reach long, and fall in child's pose. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Sorry, my music was malfunctioning. Go ahead and start to walk your hands behind your back. Your hands are behind you. Maybe you grab onto your heels. And then your hands come to your lower back. Interlace your fingers behind you and start to lift up, rocking forward onto that forehead, opening up your chest and your shoulders, trying to keep your hips back if you can, for 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower your hands back down to your lower back. Feel your shoulders relax, and then let your hands drop. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. Pull yourself up, lift your chin upward. We're going to move through some cat-cows before we move through our chaturanga. So inhale, let your chin rise up, natural arch of your back happens. You're going to feel that little spinal twist or a little spinal stretch. Lift your chin up, tuck the chin, lift the spine up. Pretend your back is connected to a string, and you're just pulling your back up and then letting it go, lifting your chin up. So go ahead, move through some of your cat-cows. When you're comfy here, you're going to come forward onto your hands, scoot your knees back and lower your hips down for cobra. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Take a deep breath in and let it all out. Feel your heartbeat pressing into the ground. Inhale, lift yourself up all the way, cobra. Big inhale, let it go, exhale out. Inhale, take a deep breath in, exhale, slowly lower down. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more deep breath in. And bend the right knee. Go ahead, grab that foot behind you and just give yourself a little heel massage if you need it. And let that foot go, but keep both knees bent now. Sway them side to side. Send your right foot down. Just grab your left. Give that same little heel massage there. Now let that go. Both knees up. Sway them side to side. And try and grab both of your feet. And just stay here in this stretch for a moment. Or with your inhale, lift your chin, rise up, kick your feet away from your hands, balancing on your stomach and your pelvic bone for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Exhale. Let your hands, let your knees drop side to side. Go ahead, plant the feet back down. Inhale up. Go ahead, tuck the feet behind you. Lift those knees. Upward facing dog. Send the hips back. Downward facing dog. Pedal out those knees. Let yourself feel strong in this arm support. Nothing's hurting in our wrists. Take another deep breath in. We're going to inhale the right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, let your hips open. Come back to center. Inhale, reach long. Then bend the knee up. Plant it up by your hand. Untuck that back foot. And allow yourself to sit here. If you can't get your foot fully parallel to the top of your mat for pigeon, you can keep that heel more towards the midline. And this is called swan pose. So feel comfy here. Feel that deep hip flexor stretch. And start to lower down to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come back up onto your hands and drop off onto that left hip. Swing your left foot around. Keep your right foot right where it is and just stretch that left leg. Bring the left leg in, butterfly pose. Feel your elbows, try and push down on the knees, opening up here. And then send the right leg out long. Keep that left foot in on your inner thigh. And now we're gonna drop off onto that left hip, swing the right leg back. And just find your comfort here in the same pose on the other side. So it can be pigeon if that's in your practice, or it can be swan pose. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Feel your hip flexors opening up here. You can maybe feel it in your glutes a little too, in that inner thigh. One more deep breath. We're going to get strong in our hands. Lift that back right foot up. Lift the knee. Get strong and send the left leg up and back. Three-legged dog. Bend the hip, or bend the knee, open the hip. Same thing that we did at the beginning with the right leg. Inhale it long and lower it down to meet the right. Pedal out your knees. And lower yourself onto your forearms for dolphin pose. Let your head drop. Try and see if you can walk your feet in a little bit more. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come onto your knees. Push back into child's pose. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more deep breath in. Come up onto your hips. You can either stay here in cobra or lift your knees, tuck your feet, upward facing dog, send your hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale your right foot up to the sky. Bend the knee and just draw the foot up to meet your hands like a runner's lunge, but drop the back knee. Feel yourself come on to that front leg. Feel the stretch right here, your upper thigh, and your quads for one deep breath in. One deep breath out. Go ahead, tuck the toes back. Plant your hands, lift your foot back up, three-legged dog. Slowly lower it onto the mat, and same thing on the other side. So inhale your left foot up, bend the knee, up knee to nose, plant the foot. Get strong here in this runner's lunge. And then drop your knee. Just feel yourself come forward on to that heel. Knee is over your foot. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Go ahead, plant your foot. Now we're going to start to walk our foot over to the outside of our hands, letting that knee come open for lizard lunge. Bring that knee back to midline, heel toe the foot back to center, get strong in your hands. And send that left foot back, reach long, exhale, plant it down on your mat. Inhale, lift your right foot up, bend the knee to nose, plant it up, and just heel toe that foot to the outside of the right hand. Let that knee come open. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Start to walk that foot back to center. Frame it. And get strong in those hands. Tuck the back foot. Lift the right leg up and back. Start to walk your feet. When you plant it down, up to your hands. Bring your feet 10 and 2. At a little bit of an angle, and start to drop your hips down into garland pose. Your elbows stay on the insides of your knees. You can push your hands out, hands to heart center. You can lift your hips up a little bit more for goddess squat. Coming up on one toe. Coming up on the other toe. You can come up on both toes if you want. Slowly lower them down. You can place your hands down in front of you if crow is in your practice and you want to try that here. Just coming down, squeezing those knees into your elbows. Lifting your feet up and back behind you, getting strong in those biceps for 3, 2, 1. Come back up, garland pose. Good, feel good in this squat. Plant your hands behind you, lower your hips down. Butterfly pose, scoot those hips in. And keep your feet right where they are, but start to lower yourself onto your back. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Bring your knees up to center, hug them in. You can rock back to side if you want. And lift the feet up, stretch them long. And now slowly place them back down on the mat. Inhale. Just your left leg up and cross it over your right. Bringing your gaze to the opposite direction. Supine, twist. Get comfy here. Take a deep breath. Deep breath out. Inhale yourself back to center and let that knee come open on the opposite side. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Bring it back to center, both knees up. And sway side to side. Now inhale, keep the right knee up, send the left knee back and draw it over to the left side. Look over to the right. Gaze is in the opposite direction. Remembering to breathe, twisting open a little bit more here. And draw the knee back up to center. Grab both knees wide. You can grab your feet for happy baby. Whatever feels good for your hips here. And move them back up straight. Ooh, you can hear that shake in my voice. Go ahead, lift them up. And if shoulder stand is in your practice, lifting those hips up and supporting yourself under your lower back, keeping those legs long, or slowly moving them back for plow. And if Deaf Yogi is in your practice, go ahead, you can do them here. Slowly coming back, lowering yourself onto those hips, grabbing those feet for happy baby one last time. Taking one last deep breath in, deep breath out, and let everything go. Come back to Shavasana. Just a quick practice to connect to our breath in the morning. Allow yourself to feel your breath, right hand on your stomach, left hand on your heart. Feel the difference in the rising and the falling of your breath, and the control that you have over it. One last deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands out to your sides. Push yourself up into a seated position. Hands to heart center. This is where I finish the end of my practice, and you're free to continue yours. But we can bring our thumbs to our foreheads, where I welcome you all to kind thoughts. Hands to our lips, where I welcome you all to kind words. And finally, hands to heart center, where I welcome you all to kind souls. The light in me sees, acknowledges, and honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. And if you were able to practice with me this morning, that's awesome. If not, then I hope you're able to use this in the future. But that is all that I have for you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know who's on here, so I will see you guys when I see you.